Welcome back, everybody. We have most of our fearless adventurers with us right now. Most of our alleged criminals. We got some rule changes we want to go through briefly during this session. Then we are going to rejoin the action. Before we get into that, let's introduce our players. Sully, who are you playing?
Hey, I'm playing Vok, the cultist guy. I've got really powerful fireballs, and that's about it.
Legendary fireballs. Mark, who are you playing?
I am playing Griffith, the Lastragon, who is not as creepy as Sullivan seems to think he is.
Perhaps creepy. More creepy than that.
Okay. I don't know what Vok thinks, but Sullivan, not as creepy as you think.
And Eric, who are you playing? I
am playing Ellison, the Anthrid, hoping to get in there and smack some people in the face.
Speaking of wrecking face, you guys did a lot of that last time, and we left you on a cliffhanger, I think. I'm interested to see how well you do. Before we get too much deeper, is anybody badly wounded? Just out of curiosity. Not like I want to kill you or anything.
So we might need to lift the veil here a little bit. It's been a month since we've recorded.
Yeah, but check your sheet.
Yeah, I don't know I don't remember what happened. I thought we went to go. I thought we were fighting some woman who was floating in the air. Let's
do the summary. We'll do the rule changes after that. So, you guys were traveling across the Zamotane Island in an attempt to figure out, undo, treat for peace, overwhelm the notorious Lord Larnelli, who is a competitor of the first person you met here, the first ruler you met on this island, Lord Karagas. You were traveling with some folks from the neighboring island of Akronel. They split their forces when you decided to go to directly to Larnelli. Half of their forces went back to Akronel to look for more backup. The other half came with you, with the original leader, Wellinar. And you guys fairly quickly got into a nasty fight with a bunch of new and improved zombies. It seems like Larnelli has some other way of preparing his minions that make them tougher than the ones you've run into so far. A large fight ensued. All of the Akronelian crew were killed. Wellinar was badly hurt, but survived. Your guide, Jin, who serves Lord Karagas, was horribly eaten by people who joined the fight a little bit later. Those were a woman who seems to have some significant magical powers, a very lovely lady in ornate dress who was flying through the air at one point, and a saddled wolf that is almost the size of a full-size riding horse. That wolf is the one who ate Jin right in front of you guys. There have been some spear wounds, etc., that are just barely causing that fellow to bleed. You guys did some clever maneuvers and literally undercut the floating woman who came crashing down to Earth when you canceled her fly spell. So she is. We left with her in a superhero pose, crashed down to Earth, clutching a mirror that she had just pulled out of her bodice, and the wolf glowering behind her. You guys are still okay. We had a question about whether or not one extra zombie got lost in my count, and I decided that he just wandered off into the bushes. If so. Yeah, and so since Matt can't join us today, we're going to say that Logan has wandered off after that zombie, whether he exists or not. So Logan is heroically off trying to protect your flanks for this recording.
So it sounds like we can't get ambushed. That's what I just heard.
Well, hold on. That's an old man alone in the woods.
He'll be fine.
Might be a problem. He barely could get up from the brig, if you guys remember in the one episode. He's like, which way is the up, Sonny? I mean, he's gonna be lost indefinitely in the woods.
Yeah.
And a compass is about as complex for him as an iPhone is for your normal octogenarian. Yeah. How do you work this thing?
Yeah. The watch is broken.
It's time to get a new watch.
It's 10 o'clock.
All right. So that's where you were. And just for those who are paying close attention and don't remember a month ago, the initiative count was on my guys. So I'm going to be telling you what happens next.
Yeah,
you have a badly wounded female foe that just fell out of the sky, and a very well angered but not at all suffering at this point dire wolf a few paces behind her. So that's what's looking you in the face. All right. Yes. But before we do that, I want to address a couple of questions that came up last time. Just a very quick tweak to the mechanics.
Yeah, I'll answer the question. Yes, we are number 9 in Turkey. Hey, what's up, Turks?
You guys rule. Thank you
right.
for listening to our podcast. This is awesome. You know, we're gunning. I forgot who's at number 8, but we're gunning for you.
Yeah.
We're going to try to move up the ranks here.
We don't want to go down.
Why?
We're gunning for number 1. Yeah. We're gunning for number 1. So, shout out to Anatolia. That is actually where the historic city of Troy is, the setting of the Iliad. Yep. So we actually might end up in the Faustrological version of Troy before we're done with our adventures.
Well, I think we should, just out of respect for the Turkish people who have moved us to number 9 in gaming.
Yeah, we totally should, I think. All right, excellent.
All right.
So there were some questions about how we use the matches that we get, and for folks just joining us, this is a game system I'm developing, and I'm still in the middle of developing it, and these guys are very kindly helping me play test it. So I have a philosophical issue with, even though I love D&D, I've never liked the to hit and damage rolls, because sometimes you can make an awesome to hit roll, like an 18, you've totally skewered this guy, and then you've done 1 point of damage. You know, the other times you can barely hit this guy, you rolled his armor class and you've done maximum possible damage for a halberd, you've cut his arm off. So that always bugged me. I tried to build those into one roll so that the higher you roll, the more your damage is multiplied. And that is exactly the way this works, and we're going to keep it that way, but I want to reintroduce the idea of to hit and damage, not as separate rolls, but as separate uses of matches in one roll.
Okay.
So to hit your opponent, you need to have a hit in one of the applicable aspects. So let me bring those up on the screen real quick. So if you are in a melee fight, you need a hit in Thu. If you have Clash, you can also substitute an Alacrity match for that. If you have Flourish, you can also substitute a Verve match for that.
Mm-hmm.
If you are fighting at range, you need a hit with Target. If you have... so that's an Alacrity hit. If you have the target skill itself, then that is an Intellect match, can also be substituted for your target. If you are just creating a spell effect, mm-hmm. you need an Intellect match for that, or to use the Ken skill, which lets you substitute Verve for your Intellect matches. And this same concept goes outside of combat. Eskimo, if you're picking a lock, you're going to need a Verve hit. If you are
commanding people,
if you're charming somebody, you're going to need a Verve hit. Things like that. If you are hiding in the shadows, you're going to need an Alacrity hit. If you have a Lurk skill, you can substitute a Verve hit. That sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So all of these, the aspect on the left is what's required to succeed at the skill, and the aspect on the right is what you can substitute. The only exception to that is that you can also substitute luck matches for anything. Luck is a wild card, so you can substitute those for anything. Okay, now as far as damage goes, you may have lots of matches that don't necessarily apply, but you can still use these for damage. The way we've been doing it so far, it's a little unclear, but what we are saying now is that you can use those for damage, and I'll try to give you a better summary of that in just a second. But the real restriction here is on hitting. How do you hit? And there's a couple of extra rules with spells, so I'll get to that. Are there any questions about what I just said so far?
Nope.
About combat hits and that sort of thing. Okay. So we've been using the term action points. I think I'm just going to try instead the term effort. Every round you have an automatic 1 point of effort, and all your matches give you more effort. And you can spend that effort on whatever you want. There are 4 things you can do. Quick review. Snap requires no effort. Simple thing like a free action in D&D. Drop a weapon, say a sentence. Move requires an effort of at least 1. And that, I think the move, we're going to say if it's like a flat ground move or something like that, it doesn't matter what effort you use for it. Obviously, if you're really using a skill, like you're climbing, you're leaping from chandelier to chandelier, that's not a normal move. So you're going to need to spend effort that's specific to that. A deed requires at least 2 points, and I'll come back to that. And a ward is 0 points or more. And what a ward is any matches you didn't spend during your turn, you put those in your back pocket. You can use those for defensive purposes or reactions, attacks of opportunity, that sort of thing. A deed requires at least 2 points of effort, and here's why. One of them must be used to cause the effect to occur. To hit, to land your jump, whatever that is. And the other one is at least one measure of success in what you were doing. So the first one lands your sword on the target, the second one jabs it in, that sort of thing. So that's the to hit and damage. It's a little bit artificial, but hopefully in this system it'll be smooth. We've been doing it already. It's just when you guys have asked me questions, I haven't been able to give a clear answer. That's why. So hopefully that clarifies everything except the spells. And a quick breakdown on spells. I sent you all, it's in the Slack, a new spell definition list. And this has, some of the spells have a T beside them. These are targeted spells. And those are spells that use the target skill. All spells use the Ken skill, K-E-N skill. But spells with T also need the targeted skill. So when your spell has a T in it, you have to declare the target, and that might be a person or it might be an area. It's possible that the spell may miss, in which case you don't necessarily have to spend any other effort on it. But it is possible that the spell may miss. And that is, you shot a lightning bolt and it went zinging over the guy's shoulder. Some spells, like Counterspell or Heal, etc., they are targeted, but it'll say in the description that the no target match is needed for willing subjects. You can still use matches in target, but they are not needed if the subject's willing or if you're targeting yourself as a caster. And if the spell has multiple targets, like Chain Lightning or Invisible Tether or something like that, you only need to spend 1 targeting match to make it hit. So that means that spells that are targetable require more matches to work, but also allow you to use more skills to get there. So that is what a targeted spell is. The Ken matches work exactly like they did before, and you can use your extra effort to power these. So you always start off with 1 effort. You can use that to affect the risk, the power of the spell, but you cannot use that extra effort to count as an automatic hit or anything like that. So you're still going to have to connect with an alacrity match if it's a targeted spell, or an intellect match if it's not a targeted spell. And if you have Ken, you can substitute verb for intellect, and if you have target, you can substitute intellect for alacrity. That's pretty much it. I did slightly change the definitions of the spells because of that, so you might want to review those for the spells that you have. But that's it. Those are all the new rules.
Awesome.
I'm sure you'll remind us as they come up.
Yep. Everybody good with that? If anybody really hates it, I will actually consider revising it.
No, I'm interested in giving it a try. I am a little worried about the melee combat thing where, once we level up and we have a high chance of getting matches on basically everything, then we'll just start steamrolling. And I don't want that to be a thing. Right.
So we'll see how that goes. The level up rules, though, they hinge heavily on what you already have. So the more ability you get, the harder it is to increase.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we've described the cliff on which you are hanging. The group is, we're going to say, unless you guys recall it differently, that you are all more or less in the same area. You have just picked up your heads from the battle with the zombies, everything else. You are more or less descending on this woman that you just counterspelled out of the sky. She came crashing down. She's badly hurt, but she doesn't look the least bit worried. She's just looks really furious, and I really had some idea of what would happen. So last time before we broke, I made her rolls in advance. So now I'm going to tell you what they are, because it's me on the intellect count, on the initiative count anyway.
So one second before she goes, I don't remember. Was I in melee with her, or was I still with that bear or that wolf or whatever it was?
I kind of think you were the closest to her.
Okay.
I think she fell near you guys. I don't think she's engaged in melee with any of you guys.
All right, I couldn't remember. I guess I should have listened to the audio.
Well, so the first thing I want to do is decide who is closest to her.
I'm sure it's me.
You're pretty sure it's you?
I'm pretty sure it's me. I was at the bear, and I thought that the last thing I said was that I was going to try to skewer her on the ground, and I think we stopped or something.
Okay. And Eric, do you remember being close or far away? I Ellison?
Don't at all. I'm terrible about this kind of stuff.
Yeah. All right. I think Vok was furthest back, so let's just do this. I'm going to roll a die. If it comes up 1, she's actually closest to Vok. 2 or 3, it's Ellison. 4, 5, or 6, it's Griffith.
Okay.
All right.
2, so it's Ellison. So Griffith and Ellison are both pretty close to her. She is, at least by her estimation, closest to Ellison. So the first thing she does is scowl at you guys and use a snap action. And I've had all this time to work up something epic, and I haven't even tried. Let's see, what's she gonna say? She's gonna say something like, she's gonna say something like, "You've won this round," but that sounds so terrible. Let's see what she's gonna say. The non-cheesy version of this.
Oh, you got me.
You got me.
Touche.
Don't let this little scuffle improve your confidence. You face a foe greater than you have ever imagined. You yourselves have given us what we need to destroy you.
Oh, that's really, really good. So you're just going to re-record stuff and we'll shove it in post?
and then, oh man, it's so meta. Then she says, "Those of you, if any of you do not perish feeding my beast, the next one of us you meet will be an emissary. He will not harm you, but you must listen to him. You and I will meet again." And then she raises her hand and casts a spell. Nasty looking vaporous red ropes come out of her forearm and lash at Ellison. Ellison,
nice.
Because we're in initiative, I would imagine you have at least one ward. If you don't, I doubt you remember. It was a month ago.
Oh,
Pick
hold on.
anything.
I have a sticky note that has this.
Oh.
Hold on. I have Jupiter and Cancer currently.
Oh, awesome. Very well done. Okay, so you are going to have to spend at least one of those if you don't want this spell to land.
Well, I feel like it's probably not a good idea for this spell to land.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on your quick description of it. So I'm going to use one, but first I need to find out if it's more fitting for Jupiter or Cancer.
This one would probably be Cancer.
Okay, well I'll trust your judgment and let's go for that.
Okay, so you, like a crab, scuttle out of the way sideways. This would have you feel a very cold, metallic scent in the air, as if lots of iron-headed arrows have just whizzed past you. She glares at you very angrily, and then she looks at the rest of you kind of laughing. Then over her shoulder she says to the wolf, "Eat up, honey." And then she looks into the mirror that she had in her hand. She says a word or two into the mirror, and her whole body, like an image, is pulled through the mirror. The mirror itself spins in the air and falls on the ground. She's gone. There's a silver mirror on the ground where she was. The wolf seems really PO'd about this. Okay, so the wolf is going to charge, and I think that's Griffith, but I'm going to say...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. The wolf charges Griffith.
Wasn't one of the
attacks.
NPCs like right on the wolf? Or
He got eaten, I thought.
oh,
Jin,
Rip.
yeah, got totally eaten. Yeah. And Wellinar was badly hurt. So Wellinar is on his knees over at the edge of the battlefield right now. And maybe I should have sent the wolf after him, but I didn't. So he's
Yeah,
coming
because
after
you
Griffith.
screwed up the fact that now we can't have a gin and tonic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Griffith, do you have a roll yet? If not, make a roll.
I have a roll.
All right.
Is it a yeast roll?
Something tells you you're going to want to use whatever warding capabilities you have, unless you have some other way of getting out of the way of a charging, slavering wolf.
can't you fly?
I used to think I could. Yeah, I don't know. My fly buddy's freaking gone.
Oh right.
Logan was helped. Also, you still are experiencing the din of magic knocking around inside your head. The din of magic words is still echoing. It's been a month, so the echoes have died down a little bit, but yeah, they're still knocking
Been a
around in your
month.
head.
It took me a moment on that one.
It's tinnitus. And there's one weird cure that I'll tell you about if you click here.
Yeah, I guess I can use my Thu.
All right, how many matches you got?
I've got multiple matches, but I want to save them for my turn.
Okay, so I'll let you use whatever you want as a ward, and you just tell me how many you're going to spend. You feel like you're about to get bitten.
I'm gonna spend one.
I feel like
Okay.
you should spend more, but you do you.
I'm super
Okay.
healthy.
A horse-sized wolf bounds up towards you,
Hey, puppy.
madness in his eyes, saliva pouring from his mouth, and gin on his breath.
That's a good one.
And he takes a giant bite out of you sideways. Okay, so this is a potency 3 attack, and 2. He had 3 matches for this attack.
Okay.
You blocked one of them, so 2 of them get through. That's 6 points of damage. But you've got some good armor. So, what's your protection?
I have 3 for protection.
3. Okay. So you take 2 points of damage. You can take those off of your elan,
Yep,
or
I'll take him off
you
my
can
line.
set an
So
attribute.
3 points.
Uh,
Yeah, because he did 6.
yeah, 3. It's six damage, and you
I
have
blocked
3
one,
protection.
Yeah.
Is it
Yes,
1
yeah.
damage per set attribute? Or is it 2 per?
I think it's 1.
One
Okay.
per. Yeah. Okay. Let's. Guys, I think I'll just move, since you've only got one foe. I think we'll just move around the initiative order. But if you don't like when I call you, just switch up. So I'm just going to go down the list. Eric Ellison, you are next.
Okay, so at this point, I completely lose my Jupiter roll, correct? Because I'm now on a new turn?
I really want you to have that because you saved it all this time.
A whole month!
It
I know,
it can be
I
a
know.
reroll, so remember?
Yeah, you have advantage. You have advantage.
Oh, okay. Alright, okay.
So
it's
you
not-
can reroll any one die that you want on your roll.
Okay, alright. So, I think what I want to do is I just want to get this wolf. Like, I just want to go for it. I'm just going to attack him since he's right here, right? Or did he run away
Yep.
to get to... Okay,
No,
alright, alright.
we're you and I are kind of close together.
Pretty close together.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm gonna get
he
the
pretty
old-
much ran past you.
I'm going to get the old stabby on. I say that, but I haven't rolled yet. I might not.
I just
I'm
smell
not
so
going to
good.
get very stabby.
You get to reroll.
Yeah, I'm going to have to re-roll.
Yeah. You can just click the die too. Remember?
Oh, okay.
You don't have to actually click the reroll.
Oh my god, I had one match. That's not going to do anything.
Yeah, the match, if it's I guess you're attacking with your spear?
Yes, so I do have
Yeah.
Clash, so I had an Alacrity match that can be used for my
Okay,
attack.
so that lands the attack, and then you've got one free effort you can spend for damage if you want.
Oh, okay, that was the rule change. Yeah, let's do that.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
But that is
What's
not
the-
true for spells, correct? That's only true for physical attacks?
No, it's true for spells too. It's
Oh.
just with the targeted spell, you need an alacrity match to land it.
Right.
But and with a non-targeted spell, you still need to spend some match, probably an intellect match,
Wait,
to
hang on.
make it happen.
No, he means intellect or verb. He didn't mean
Okay.
alacrity. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll explain. So for a non-targeted spell, you need an intellect match. If you have Ken, you can also use verve, just like this.
Wait,
for
but every single
target-
spell is targeted, and I didn't spec into alacrity because I had
Oh,
spells.
fuck. I didn't realize that. So we have to have
That's fine.
alacrity for a targeted spell now?
You need an,
Wait,
you
so
need
I
an
really-
alacrity.
If we're casting a spell, are you rolling on alacrity, intellect, and verve?
Yes.
Yeah, all your roll, you're always rolling on everything. But
Right, I know, but like we have 3 different stats that matter for hitting, so we could hit like way better than.
yeah,
Jeez. Okay.
you could hit better. So, I think you do have some. Do you have target? I think
have
you
target,
have some
but-
spell. Yeah. Okay. So you'll need the alacrity match, or you can spend an intellect match on your target. That makes your targeted spell connect. Any other matches, including the one the effort you get for free, you can spend on the magnitude, the risk, the effect of the spell.
Okay.
I think this is actually going to work to your advantage if most of your spells are targeted.
No, I don't think it will
He's
because
doubtful.
No,
before
yeah,
I
it's
had
total-
I had 2 different
Well, let's-
stats at level 3 helping me cast. Now I only have one
That's
stat
right.
at level 3 helping me cast. The other stat is at level 1.
Right.
Well, which one do you have that's at level 3?
Intellect
Intellect.
and verve.
Intellect. Okay. So you can, because you have target, you can use intellect.
I know,
as
but my
alacrity.
chance has gone significantly down regardless.
But, well,
Yeah,
nice.
and,
Well,
and
let's
I
see.
don't have target, so I'm fucked. Like I'm no longer a spellcaster.
well,
I'm gonna respec when we level up because
that's why
I can't do this.
I feel like that's why we're playtesting.
I should have blocked with an intellect. I didn't realize.
All right. We'll
'cause-
see how this goes.
Because Thu could be used for my weapon.
Yeah. Well, then we can retcon that. That's fine.
Okay, good.
But we'll see how this goes. And if it works against you, like I said, back during the request for comments earlier in this recorded podcast?
I just didn't realize exactly what you meant.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
think
that's
either of
fine.
us understood that alacrity was required for a targeted spell, and because you said, oh, and if you have target, then you can use intellect. But I'm like, okay,
Right.
but I can still just cast my spell. Like,
Yeah, I was going
So-
to ask that question because he kept saying target, and I was like, is that going to take alacrity? But I was like, no, it's a spell. He's just using that because it's got the target attribute on the spell. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
And we can give
This
him
is-
crap if it's not good.
Right.
yeah, oh no,
And-
I'm
and,
already
you
giving him
know,
crap because I'm
Yeah,
no
I
longer a
know.
spellcaster.
All right, we'll work it out. The analogy in D&D is that some spells just take effect, whereas others you actually have to hit. You make a magic attack roll. So this is like your magic attack roll. This is, and then if what we'll do is
Yeah, but in D&D it's the same stat. It's intellect either way.
I don't. Oh well, I suppose it's your. Well, yeah, arguably it is. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Mark.
So
Okay, we'll start again.
we'll look at this. We'll look at this. Let's see how it goes during this fight.
Yeah.
Well, actually, should we go ahead and try to address this now?
I feel like it should probably be intellect or verve because those are kind of caster kind of abilities, right? I mean, it's not a big deal for Vok because he has target,
Right.
but it is a big issue for Griffith.
Yeah, Griffith basically is no longer a spellcaster because
Well, so all your spells, Griffith, are targeted spells.
all my spells are targeted spells.
And do you have anything in alacrity?
I do, but
It's like 1.
no,
Right, but,
I added one
Even
last
if you
time
have
because
3 in
I was going to
alacrity,
be
you've gone from like an 80% chance of hitting a spell to a 50% chance.
right. Yeah, and I added one. I added the K one, Circle K. I can't remember what that's called. Chiron, something. I added that
Yeah,
last
it's
time
Chiron.
because I wanted to start. I don't have like flourish or anything, so I just wanted to have a better chance to move and attack and stuff. So I mean, we'll just go with it. I mean, there's going to be times when I don't roll, and there's times when I'm going to roll my Bane. So I mean, I'm just going to go with it. I'm just saying that if you let me retcon that I used intellect to block instead of through, then I can still do something this turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And there's another mechanic in spells that I didn't change. Maybe we should consider this. So you can spend Elan to force a spell to succeed.
Yeah, but I
so-
never want to do that because Elan is both my spell slots and my hit points. So like
Right,
that
I
is like
feel
an
like that's-
absolute last resort for me.
But I
Right.
feel like just being able to cast all day long is kind of OP, and
No,
now
I agree. I
forcing
don't think
into...
you should be able to cast forever, but I feel like if it's going to be incredibly difficult to succeed on a spell, or like if you're going to have a 50% chance or lower of hitting a spell each turn, there should be something besides your health points that you're drawing from.
Yeah, well, so and this is the mechanic that I'm using to make wizards have a D4 hit die. So it's incumbent on the spellcasters to balance their spellcasting against you're literally using your vital force to power your spells when you do that, and so I wanted there to be like some Harry Potter where you're shooting off spells left and right all the time, but also some D&D where you can't. You run out of slots really fast.
Yeah, you have to
So
make the
balancing-
decision. Do you cast
Yeah.
a super powerful spell that can just obliterate 4 guys in one turn?
I feel like the decision is going
Or-
to be: do you cast a spell or do you not cast a spell?
Well, okay. So with the rule change, things aren't exactly optimal. But I feel like if you were building a character knowing this ahead of time, you wouldn't take all targeted spells. You would take
Well,
a couple
I
of
put
nice
a bunch into
offensive
verb
stuff.
and no into alacrity, and if I change my verb for alacrity, then my spells would be able to hit as good as they were before.
But we also randomly roll for spells.
No, well, we just did for playtest. That's not. I don't think that's a rule, right?
Yeah, there's no rule that you have to randomly roll for spells. Although, if you were finding them in the wild, I would be randomly rolling.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like we just need to give it a shot consider that maybe sometimes you will have to use some Elan. I don't know how much you have, but that's a decision to make. And if it just turns out that you're now totally gimped, then we'll revise it.
Well, no, the thing is, like, if I had put my verb stats into Alacrity, I would be as good of a spellcaster I was before, and in fact, I would be better because I would also be skilled at the bow. Because
That's
I
right.
spec'd into spells instead of into bow, and if I had put my verb into my Alacrity, I would be good at both.
And I also don't agree with the idea that I can spend my Elan to replace Alacrity. Because it's not like, oh, I'm using some of my life force to dexterously aim.
Yeah, so this would be
Makes
like
more
putting
sense
English. This would be like putting English on your shot, is the way I see it. So like you're throwing a spell, it's gonna miss, but you're using your skill as a spellcaster to force it to hit, even though that costs you something.
Okay.
So let's do this. Let's house rule in. You can spend one Elan to force a targeted spell to hit. That's fine. And if I think that let me see.
Okay,
Do
so
all you guys only have targeted spells?
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah, that's right.
Only targeted spells.
So hold on one second. So the Alacrity is the target. The Alacrity is to hit, and then what is the intellect and verb for? Damage, risk.
Yeah, the power, the risk of the spell.
Okay. All right.
Where
So
did you put
we
that?
do have 3 stats for a spell. That seems so weird.
It makes your spells more powerful if they connect.
Well, it's
Okay,
only if you
we
have
can
Ken.
argue
Yeah, if you
about
don't-
this
it's harder
all
to make
damn
them
day.
connect.
Can we
If you
just
don't
play
have
the
Ken-
game
Yeah,
and see how it works?
That's fine. If you don't have Ken though, then verb doesn't matter.
Right. But these actually stack. So if you've got Ken and target, you're sitting pretty.
I know,
You're
but I
sitting
don't
fairly
have
pretty
target.
because verve moves to your intellect. Your intellect moves to your alacrity.
Oh, I didn't know
so-
that. Okay.
You can probably do quite well.
Yeah, you're probably
Because-
fine. Voth,
Yeah, I
because-
think-
because you've got target. So I got to pick up target next time, and then I can be a spellcaster again.
So where did you put those changes to the spells? Is it just the? Oh,
It's in Slack.
It's in the Slack.
I
yeah.
see it.
So this makes sense. You can spend Elan to make your targeted spell hit. I'll just go ahead and rule that.
Yep.
And I want to do something for Griffith.
No, don't worry about me. You did something for me. You let me retcon to use intellect
Yeah.
instead of Thu, so I'm fine. I'll just attack with my bow, with my rapier. I'm good. I just wanted to do something this turn with my die results that were successful. So it's fine. I'm happy now.
All right.
Because I don't mind using Elan. I know Sullivan's all about don't re-roll in Coriolis because it gives dark points to the DM, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah. And this we hinted at this synergy stuff at the beginning, but this is totally valid. If you have, for instance, if you have Ken and target, then you could use a verve match to hit
Yeah, exactly.
because your verve contributes to your intellect, and then your intellect contributes to your alacrity if you have both of those.
Yep.
So my functional question with this rule change is I have something called counterspell, and it says it may be done as a deed or a ward. So how exactly would that work? Do I make a roll on my counterspell now after spending my deed or ward to do this thing? And see if it hits?
Yeah, let's look at the
Well,
counter.
counterspell wouldn't be targeted, right?
Yeah, it's not targeted
It-
at all.
It
Well,
says targeted.
So in the new rules, counterspell is targeted, but deed or ward on success.
I feel like I would have been
Cancel an
making a roll
effect of R
anyway.
or lower risk. And then this is I just need to add this. Spells directly affecting the caster. Do not, or anyone in. Yeah, well, we'll just do this. Affecting the caster do not require targeting. match.
All right.
So I tried to put this bit about, directly affecting the caster all over these descriptions, and I just missed that one.
Okay,
But,
so what you're saying is
your
you just
counterspell is a
retconned my
reward.
you retconned my spell to not be affected by this terrible rule change. I am totally happy.
Yeah.
I'm content with what has just occurred here.
Yeah. So, well, it means if you want to counterspell like her fly spell while she's up in the air,
Right.
then you're going to have to hit it. You're going to have to
Target her.
But if if somebody's
Fireball.
casting inflict disease on you or whatever, and you want to counterspell that, and you've got a ward in your back pocket, you can just use that.
Okay. All right. That makes total sense. I'm actually really cool with that distinction because I feel like it is different.
Well, and I appreciate you guys putting me through the paces because that's what we're after here. Okay.
It's like you made this shit up.
I know, it's just like I'm just pulling this shit out of thin air, isn't it? Okay. So I think we were in the middle of Ellison stabbing somebody.
Yes.
Didn't you successfully stab with your spear?
I stabbed for 3 damage, which was probably going to be completely mitigated by thick fur and hide.
All right. You got through his thick pelt, but not very well. So you think that somebody with enough spear strikes like that could eventually wear him down, but if you're going to really hurt him, you're going to need a better strike.
I'm going to need a spellcaster with fireball. Tan the hide.
So that is. Let me just keep track of how badly hurt he is. Okay. Now, Vok, you're up.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess I should say, Allison, anything else before?
No.
Nope. Okay. Vok, you're up.
Is the mystical tether still around?
The mystical tether. Wasn't that Logan who cast that?
No, that was the bad.
Oh no, you're talking about the thaumaturgic anchor.
Yeah, that's what I
gone.
mean. Sorry.
Right. No, it's gone.
Okay.
When she left, it effectively cancels all her concentration on the area.
I didn't get a single match on anything.
Oh, okay. Well, you've still got 1 point of effort. You've got 1 point of
Yeah,
effort.
but doesn't
you can
everything
use for
take
moving
2
around.
matches now?
Well, if you're going to attack, that takes 2 matches. But you could move, or use that as a ward.
Sure, I'll use it as a ward.
It's like in D&D. If you rolled a 4, you're not going to be able to do much with a 4 on the D20. Okay. Griffith, you are up with your saved matches and everything.
Yes, okay. So with my Boo match, I will use my rapier to stab into the doggy's mouth.
How?
I'm going to try to stab upwards into the brain area. And I have, if I remember correctly from what you spoke earlier, I have luck that I can use. I have verve that I can use.
Okay, awesome.
So, and I have my free one that I get. So if that is
Okay.
correct, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
Yeah,
Four
one to
damage,
hit and
1 hit,
3
4
to
damage.
damage. Yeah.
Well, two to
All
hit,
right.
really, right? The through match, and then like let's say the verve, and then the luck and the free, right? So it's 3 damage, 2 to hit. Is that correct? Because you said one.
I think
one match
I do think
hits,
it's
the other one starts to do damage, and then you
right,
and then the rest.
right.
of
So
it.
your through match is good enough to put that rapier in the guy's face.
Right.
You know what I'll let you do if you want to spend 2 matches on it. The next match gets it into his mouth, Is that what you're after? Like
Yes,
this is a
it's
target
exactly right.
strike?
Exactly right.
Okay, all right. So 2 to get the sword in his mouth. One to get the sword on him. The other one to get it in his mouth, where the hide is supposedly thinner. And then
I don't like that qualifying word.
And then I have 3 damage. Yeah,
three more. Okay,
that's right.
All right.
So that's going to be 9 damage to his cranial area.
All right.
And I'm going to say
That.
I'm going to say good dog.
Okay, so I think that given the fact that you just got nastily bitten, I think that the way we'll do this is then he was coming in for another bite, and you said, bad puppy or whatever, and you took advantage of the fact that he was displaying a weaker spot, and you drove this rapier right through the roof of his mouth. You are astounded at the thickness of the bone in there. It's rewarding to know that
breaks my rapier.
You've immediately hit bone, but this is he's got a thicker skull than an ox. This is like a giant pit bull. It's a really nasty thing, but the thing howls crazily loud. He's very badly hurt by this clever move. I like the way you did that.
Thank you.
All right, so you can't tell if he has any resistance, like natural armor against your rapier, but he's definitely less resistant to stabs in the mouth.
Yeah. Maybe he'll think that I'm like a bumblebee and he won't try to bite me again.
Yeah, maybe so. That hurt him a lot, and blood is just gouting out all over you. It's really gross.
I'm slipping. Shit.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Yeah. It's like the worst case for a dentist,
Yeah,
Let me just try to. Blah! Yeah.
That's right, because the mouth does bleed excessively. It does heal quickly, but it does bleed excessively.
All over you. Yes, it does.
Saliva
All right.
and blood mixed.
That was a good move. You really hurt this thing. I'll give you one more.
Yeah.
If you want, you can release. You're pretty sure your rapier is
Stuck.
Stuck.
Yeah.
Now you're also sure that you can pull it right back out where you pushed it. You're not going to lose your rapier. That was a fantastic strike. Okay. But you're not sure he could pull it out. If you want, you could leave it in there.
Oh. Well, hell yeah. I do drop the mic, but it just stays there in the air. It's like tuk, 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 tuk.
Yeah. Okay. This is. Do you have any other weapon, or now you're gonna be boxing him?
I don't have any other weapon, but I'm gonna hope for an alacrity roll next, and I'm gonna target him with a spell that's ringing in my head.
Also, there are harpoons on the ground from all the dead Acronellians.
Well, if there was a ballista, I have advantage on loading that, or I know how to load it now or something.
Yes, you do. Yeah. But you can use those as spears if you want.
Okay. I'm good right now.
Now it is back to my turn. So, Wolfie really did not like that. He's incredibly angered by that. What he does is he swings his head left and right, trying to get that sword to go flying out. It does not fly out right away. He moves away from you guys toward some of the fallen Acronellians, and is mouthing their corpses and is scratching at his face. He's trying to get that sword out of his mouth. You have the idea that he's probably going to succeed, but it's not easy for somebody without opposable thumbs. So this is going to take a little while. So that's all he's doing in this round, is sort of very angrily showing you his flank as he's pulling away, and he's got a corpse in his mouth. You don't necessarily know what he's doing with this corpse, but having seen the way he disposed of Jin earlier, you think he's planning on a snack. All right, back to the top of the order. Ellison.
I'm gonna go for another strike. Well, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna roll first. I forgot that's a thing. First, I'm going to ponder my next move. And that next move is not amazing. Okay, so to be clear, I need to use a Thew or Alacrity because I have Clash to hit, and then I can use everything else to do damage.
Yep, or you can keep some in your back pocket for wards, etc.
I gotcha. Okay. But if I were going to do a targeted hit, I would have to get with both Thew and Alacrity, so I have 2 matches. Or could I?
Yeah.
Okay. Or could
Yeah,
I
you
use
would,
that free effort like what he did? I just want to be sure.
Yeah, so this is a new rule that I think Mark kind of just invented for us. But if you spend two targeting matches,
Okay.
2 matches that would apply, then in your case it would be Thew or Alacrity because you have Clash. If you spend both a Thew and an Alacrity, or one of those and a Luck, then you have hit a weak spot,
Gotcha.
which we've established is his mouth. There might be another weak spot.
I mean,
But
if he's showing us
we've
his ass. Okay,
Oh, man.
so this Jupiter that I had banked earlier. Oh no, I used that as a reroll. Never mind.
Right.
I did spend that. Okay, so I am going to use my Thew to hit. I'm going to use my effort to do damage, and I'm going to save one of these rolls.
Okay. So this is another spear thrust similar to your last
Yeah,
one?
yeah. I'm just doing stupid, keep hitting same spot, hope do damage.
Yeah. Well, it does penetrate. It does hurt him. He is less happy about that. You don't know if it's the strike is at least as effective as your last one. You don't know if it's any more effective or not.
Okay.
But he's definitely not liking that. What he's committed himself to is some oral hygiene, so
Yes.
he is not able to defend against that at all, except for the thickness of his hide. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. All right. Cool. Buck, you're up.
All right. There we go. No, it's fine. Okay. I think I'm going to check the spells real quick. Number 10. So I remember how we used Befuddle before, but I'm not sure if that actually matches its description. It
Right.
says-
I actually reviewed that when we were doing this, and yeah, I think I made it a little overpowered last
Yeah.
time. So it's probably not going to be super useful on this thing, except
Okay.
I would say if you befuddled him and you guys just quietly drew away, like just walked out of his range of senses, he might forget you were there. He might forget what he was up to.
Okay. Is anyone
Kill him.
hurt?
It might-
Does anyone need healing?
Kill him.
I mean, I'm hurt, but not like I'm not gonna die or anything.
Well, are you next to the wolf?
No,
Challenge
he,
accepted.
He went.
Yeah.
He walked away from me to go.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was worried about casting a fireball.
No,
Okay.
yeah, no.
I'm standing
gonna,
there next to him.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it though.
I did walk up and just stab him with a spear. I mean,
Ellison will be fine.
Yeah, I think you can get a fireball so that it doesn't hit any of your
Okay.
friends,
Just big enough for that.
unless you get a bail
Bane.
on a
Well,
roll.
I have
Yeah.
an alacrity
A bail.
success, so that hits the targeted, and then I have one
Yep.
intellect, so I can do a risk level 1.
Right, and you've got a free effort, so which you can
I
now
can use that?
spend on spells. Yeah, you can
Okay.
spend that on spells now
So I can do a risk level 2,
if you want.
and then I have no wards, but I'm not really in the melee, so I don't care.
All right, that's what's happening.
Yeah, risk level 2 fireball.
Okay, big explosion. The poor thing really does not like that. Let's see. I think fireball does. That's a potency 4, isn't it? Let's see. Fireball.
I think it's potency R+1.
R
be
plus 1.
3.
So
in
it's
this case.
3 in this case. Yep. Okay. He is well lit up by that. So let's see. And you use 2 success, so it's 6 points of damage total on him. Okay. He is still standing, but he seems badly hurt. You guys did threw some flammable stuff on him last time, so his pelt is now smoldering. He is in bad shape, but he's still alive. As this stuff burns over him, he throws his head around. The rapier goes flying out from between his teeth, and he's still biting down on this now nicely cooked corpse that he's found on the ground. That's all he's got in response to you, though, Bach. Is there anything else, Snap, or anything else you're gonna do?
I think I'm somewhat hidden from last time. I know I stood up, but I'm out of the way, so I don't really want to move around.
Okay. All right, Griffith, you're up.
I want to do something that is not in the game, but I would like
Okay.
to. I would like to petition you to allow it to happen.
Okay.
I matched Soul, which is my luck. It's not.
Okay.
It's not my lodestar. It's not my bail.
Okay.
I want to use my free. It's not action. What's it called?
Effort.
Effort. My free effort
Yeah,
to
free
walk
effort.
over to the face of the creature who is trying to feast on a cooked body.
Mhm.
And since his face is down, I want to use both of my luck to spray him in the eyes with my skunky skunk spray.
Oh, Musk.
Hoping to either blind him or, something very, like maybe just give him like a disadvantage or something. Even though I know
Okay.
it's not in the game.
no, I think that's very creative. So, yeah, you.
I'm also fully erect when I do this.
I know.
I thought that
See,
was
this
the
is
enemy.
why I hate your character.
I don't think this is the character being creepy.
Exactly.
I know.
Makes it worse.
I wrote everything about these characters. There's none of that. There's none of that in the rules.
Yeah, I'm just joking, guys. Come on. I'm trying to be funny.
I mean, the flack is called musk. It's not called, repellent anal glands.
Right. Yeah, it just says I'm musky and gauche. But
Right.
because your Lystragon said I could be a mammal, I chose to be a skunk.
Yep.
And a
yep.
skunk would
I
have
think-
that.
I'm totally going to let you do this. I think that's
I
great.
appreciate it.
Also, I think you get advantage on your next roll, which reroll 1 die your next time. Okay. So, you use your secret bear spray on this guy.
Bear spray.
He is so whatever else happens, I'll just go ahead and while we're metagaming slightly, I'll let you know. He does gain some sustenance from eating these corpses. There was not necessarily enough evidence for you guys to see, but he's actually healed some from eating Jinn. And he would have healed some from eating this guy, but you've spoiled his meal.
Oh, I'm sorry, puppy.
He shakes his head, and that corpse goes flying off in more or less in the same direction as the rapier. He is in bad shape. Okay, so now it's my turn, and I don't know what to do. You guys have really hurt my wolf here. I think I'm gonna do what you guys do. I'm gonna roll first, and we'll see what he does with that. Oh.
That does not sound good.
Okay. All right. He got a lot of hits.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna give him disadvantage. I'm gonna re-roll one of these hits that he just got, and it's no longer a hit. But still, he's got a lot of matches, which in anger he's going to expend directly on your backside, Griffith.
Okay.
Okay. So he takes another furious bite at you. His eyes are glazed over. He's having trouble seeing, so he doesn't connect quite as well as he should. Unluckily for you, he likes spicy food. Anyway, he's got 3 matches.
Okay.
Well, he's got 3 matches and a free effort. So one of those hits, and the other 3 are damage. It's a potency 3 attack, so that's another 9 points of damage to you.
All right.
You have how much armor? 3?
Yeah. So 6.
Okay, so you've got to distribute 6 points.
Yeah. So I took 3 from Alon, so I'm down to 0. And then I'm going to start marking off some stuff here. I'm going to do that. I'll give you alacrity. And I will do and I will do I'll do 2 intellect. All right. I have set 3 attributes and I have 0 Elan.
Okay. And at least one of those was your intellect. Did I hear that?
I did 2 to intellect and 1 to alacrity.
Okay. So to represent the setting of this intellect, the noise that's going on in your head is much worse now.
Okay.
It's like clanging church bells up there, and you feel like casting spells is going to be more difficult.
Some would say almost impossible.
Almost impossible, you feel like. But again, you have, although not on my watch, you have somewhere in your past been wounded this badly before, and you haven't had this effect. So you still don't know.
There's something weird going on this island or something.
Yep. And if you guys survive the encounter, maybe that's something you might want to investigate. I don't know.
Maybe.
Nobody else can hear those bells, though. You're like, the bells, the bells.
They're like, shut up.
Shut up about the damn bells.
All you talk about is the bells.
All right. Ellison, you are up. This puppy could have run away. This puppy could easily outdistance you guys, but instead struck out in anger and badly hurt your friend Griffith.
Oh, this makes
who
me
you like as long as he maintains arm's distance.
This makes me very angry. But not so angry that I want to do anything about it. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use a re-roll.
Okay.
Oh, right. You said I could just click the die, right? Okay.
Yep.
Dude, it came back to the same exact thing. I don't like your re-roll. Okay, so I connect with Thu and then use my effort to provide a little bit of damage.
Okay. All right. It's a potency 3 attack, right?
Yes.
Spear. Okay. You don't do much more damage than you have been doing, but the effect seems much more pronounced. The one of the knees of the wolf buckles. He lifts heavily to his side. He gets back up. He's not dead yet, but it's clear that he's on his last legs. Anything else you want to do? Snap actions or anything like that?
No. I'm in it to kill this guy. He hurt my friend. I'm just gonna keep poking away.
Face shall be wrecked. All right, Vok, you're up.
All right. I'm kind of unfazed by the wolf attack.
Yeah, you've just been hiding out in the bushes, like.
Oh, I
meant
on.
I meant the attack on
skunk.
me.
I don't really care.
Oh.
He's actually a little happy.
He's like, yeah, good, bad. It's all right.
I would suggest this, Sullivan. If you're able to drop a fireball on the wolf and catch me in it, it could be the end of Griffith.
It really
Okay.
could be.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time, but this time I have to spend an Elan because I only got 1 match on my die.
Okay. All right.
So, risk level 2 fireball.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That thing goes off like a bomb. It catches the wolf full in the face this time.
Oh shit! So
He
it gets
is
me
not.
too. It's on his face.
No, he's thrashing around. He's not prepared to deal with this at all. He spent all of his last effort trying to trying to eat that corpse, and then when Griffith spoiled it, lash out at Griffith for that. So this flame just goes roiling all over his back, burns through his eyes. He stands up much taller even than you've seen him do before, and then falls like a tree in the forest, just comes crumbling down. Still, his pelt is burning, and the nasty smell of burning hair is coming off of him. He's out of the fight.
Okay, so
I feel
let me
like
just make
my
sure.
character is becoming more and more of a Roy Mustang. Just shooting
I don't know who
fire
Roy
everywhere
Mustang is.
and doing nothing else. Oh my gosh, you need to watch Full
All right.
Alchemist, brother.
Okay, cool.
So did you avoid me or did you hit me?
I tried
He
to
didn't-
avoid anyone except for the wolf.
Okay.
All right. Griffith falls into the fire anyway.
Yeah.
No, so we're out of combat rounds, guys.
I could get my rapier.
Okay. It will take you a while to find it, and you are probably limping. You're in bad shape.
You don't know my struggle.
Did anybody else even get hurt?
I did not get hurt.
Wow. All right, I keep amping up the enemies, but I'm gonna have to do better.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be worse. More,
You gotta
more
give
hit
them,
like-
points.
I was muted when I just talked. You gotta give them some kind of extra actions. They have to have a better action
Yeah.
economy than us if you want them to really be scary.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I should have given that wolf 3 heads or something. That would have
Or 2
made
attacks.
it much worse.
Sometimes,
Yeah, just like
in,
make him roll, 8 dice instead of 6, or something like that.
yeah. Well, D&D also does a thing where like some monsters can do like 2 or more attacks, multi-attack, because
Yeah,
they
like
have
bite.
right, exactly, and that would be, I mean, I don't know if a dog. I guess a dog wouldn't do that, but a dog would definitely bite and shake, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
Yep.
he could probably rip my arm off or something with that first really big hit that he hit.
He came really close to killing you anyway, I think. I don't know how
How do
much-
I have to die? What do I need to do?
All
to
of
die?
your attributes get set and your Elan.
all of
Right.
my attributes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Well,
nowhere near death.
If
I thought it was
If,
if one attribute
like-
is 0.
You fall unconscious.
right, so I haven't really made all those rules yet, but yeah, if your Thu or your Alacrity hits 0, you can't move. You might still be conscious, but you can't carry your own body weight. You can't move around. If your Intellect or Verve hits 0, you're unconscious, and you could be brain dead. So you're gonna have to get healed to restore those, or you're done for. So in those cases, you're a basket case, but you're not actually dead. If your Elan hits 0, your Elan hits 0, you are just exhausted. You can't cast spells, but otherwise you're just exhausted. Any hit is potentially gonna knock you out after that.
So, okay, I have a question for you then. I know this hasn't really been discussed, but is there the potential for abilities to set specific attributes, like if we come across the BBEG and he hits us with something special and it nukes my intellect by 1?
Yes.
My intellect hits 0 and I'm just done for.
Well, so if you have 1 intellect and your intellect gets reduced by 1, then you would be intellect represents your ability to notice things, etc. So you'd be basically insensate. It would be like being blinded in combat.
Okay.
You'd be working on like instinct alone, wouldn't make any logical decisions.
Right, and you wouldn't be able to notice anything around you. You'd be thrashing around, with blood in your eyes or something like that.
I saw movement. Let's make it stop
Right.
moving.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff that we need to go through. Is there anything else you guys want to do right away? So Wellinar is in one of these states we just discussed. He is basically passed out over there at in the edge of the battlefield. He has not been in the radius of any of these fireballs. He's not dead, but he's in terrible shape. Jin is dead. I don't think you guys have any. All the Aquanelians are dead. I don't think you guys have anybody but yourselves. And if you can get Wellnar back on his feet, you've got Wellnar.
I'm just trying to find my rapier.
Okay. So
do we have any healers in the party?
Griffith easily finds his rapier. The healer is off wandering in the woods somewhere.
I can try to heal you.
I can heal. I have a heal spell.
Okay, so heal spell and aid skill. That's
Yep.
how you heal immediately. So why don't each of you guys try that?
Wait, but aid
Whoever
puts
has-
intellect to Thu, but I don't need Thu to cast heal, do I?
No. So aid is unrelated. Aid is like first aid, like medicine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have a match in Thu and a match in intellect, which I think
So
is
I'll
a-
roll, and if I get enough for a healing spell, I'll do that, and if I don't, then I'll just use first aid. Is that okay?
Yeah. Absolutely. You don't need targeted matches for this heal, assuming everyone is willing.
Don't you put your damn hands on me.
I got 2 successes, and I also got a Thu that I can't really use.
2 matches on heal,
Yeah, I got intellect and verve.
intellect, and verve. Okay. Well, and you can use that through as a regular aid. So, you're patching up. Who? Griffith, I suppose.
Yeah, whoever's the most injured.
Alright.
So heal, I raise 1 set attribute regardless of how many successes I got. It's just 1.
Yeah.
That's the way it's written, but
Yep.
you're right. It should be.
I mean, it should be hard to fully heal me.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna do that, then I will give you a healing at level 1, and then I'll spend my other 2 on a aid at level 2, or at 2
Okay.
aids. Right, so I can do
Alright.
healing
Yeah,
spell,
yeah.
aid.
And what is aid?
So,
I assume aid restores
can-
1 Elan.
yeah.
Okay,
so
two Elan, I get
the-
back.
Yeah, 2 Elan, and you can
2 Elan
unset
and
1
set
attribute.
I done it.
Yeah.
I done did it.
I need to reword this so that you'll always restore Elan to some degree. If you have more than one hit, you restore Elan. So I'll reword that. But yeah, the net effect will be what just happened.
Perfect.
And was anybody else attempting a heal? Griffith, you got some successes on an aid roll, didn't you? You got a through and an
I do,
success.
but I thought someone else was hurt. I'm the only one hurt. I can't aid myself.
You can't bandage your leg?
I think you can. I'll allow it.
Okay, then I'll just
So
get another
2 more
Elan.
Elan.
2
Yeah.
more.
Well, you got through and intellect, right? Both are part of aid.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you needed those together. Oh, okay. I got the 2 more. Okay, so now I have 4 Elan. Oh, I'm gonna live forever, guys. I'm almost at my max
All right.
Elan.
So I probably need to revisit the death rules so that we know more clearly how people die. Oh, you could if you want have expended some of that on Wellnar to wake him up.
Oh, I would rather do that than get myself any higher.
Okay, all right, cool. So with the aid roll, Wellnar is shakily awakened. He says something like, "Oh my God, what happened?" So he clocked out right around the time that Jin died. He said, "Did Jin make it?"
I think he made it to the next life.
He
No,
looks.
he's dead. He's dead, and I'm very sad because I wanted to have a gin and tonic.
Is in the next plane, by which I mean a wolf's gullet.
He shudders. He's up on one elbow. He's looking around at the horrible waste of the battlefield, and he says, "And my crew, none of them lived."
No, no. Just be glad that it was you that lived, Willenar. Do you know anything about a flying witch woman?
Fine. And he stops and he thinks, and maybe he saw her at some point before all hell broke loose. He says, I was hoping that was just a dream.
Me too.
She is a Mormolaika. I'm probably mispronouncing that.
She's
but it's actually
what?
yeah.
Wait, how would you mispronounce
Mormolaika.
something that
You wrote.
I guess you didn't make it up?
I didn't make it up.
Well,
there's a creature in Greek mythology called a Mormo, and a version of that creature is the Mormolaika or the Mormolice, or I think it's Mormolaika. So Mormolaika.
Willenar, Griffith no Marmalika her at all.
Where is she? Where is her corpse? He staggers
left.
up.
She left. She disappeared. She said that we will meet again, which is great because we didn't get to kill her this time.
So he gets up and uses
She
a broken...
vanished into a mirror. Silver mirror. I believe it's on the ground right over there.
So he picks up a broken spear and uses that as a cane and starts staggering over to where you pointed. A mirror.
It's a negative space with a frame and a place for your face.
That's excellent.
It's
All
a
right.
Bluish Occult lyric.
Oh yeah, you quote them a lot, and I don't know any of their lyrics. I'm so bad at Blue Oyster Cult. All right, so Wellinar's looking around. He's dazed. He's having trouble coming to. His whole world's been turned upside down here. He's having trouble coming to grips with it. He's heading around to where that mirror fell, but it doesn't look like he's going to find it on his own.
Someone help him find the mirror.
Yeah, I'll try and find it.
Okay, so yeah, just give me a roll and tell me if you get any matches at all.
Is there a spot skill? Because I don't have it if there is.
Observe. That's
Well-
intellect and alacrity.
Well, I got a Thu match, and I also got my bail.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
You find it, but you cut your hand on it.
All right. You find it by stepping on it. There's a stone underneath it, so it bends somewhat, but you find it.
And it
So
doesn't
this is
shatter?
It doesn't shatter because
That's
it
lucky.
is a mirror made of
Metal.
polished silver.
Yeah.
There's no
Right,
glass.
there's no glass.
Silvered glass is probably beyond the technology of anyone.
Right, right.
So it's no longer usable as a mirror, but it is a bent piece of silver that was probably of some value.
Was-
It must
you
have
can just put that-
bended when it fell from the air, when she vanished into it.
Good cover story. Good cover.
How'd you peel it off your foot?
So, from your experience, Vok, what you saw, etc., there was obviously something magical going on. You don't think you could just deform a magical item like that without any consequence. So, you have the idea that whatever you saw her do with the mirror was more her than the mirror.
She just wanted to look at herself
Okay.
as she did it.
She used it as a gateway, but the mirror itself may not have any magical properties that helped her. I assume she just
So that
needed
mirror-
any old reflective surface to vanish.
Unless she's inside the mirror
Well,
right now.
I don't think it would have bent upon landing if it was a magical item. Seems rather fragile for a mystical artifact.
It was a high quality cosmetic mirror. That's the most you can get out of it at this point. It is now a bent up relic of a high quality cosmetic mirror, but you don't see much else that would make it magical. Logan is nowhere to be found. However, the path that you guys were following is actually fairly clear here. And after searching around, does anybody want to recover any? You can, if you want, find anyone who wants a shell harpoon, a sharpened shell harpoon. You can claim one. The zombies who attacked you were using some sort of, I believe it was hand axes that they were using. So if you need a hand axe, you can claim one. A lot of these things are burnt, broken, and melted, but there's enough that you can pick one up if you need to. Any inspection you want to do of the remains, you can do that. Otherwise, I'll let you know what's happening further around you.
Nope.
Okay. So the we're in probably mid-afternoon. The sun is getting a little bit low in the sky. There's definitely more traveling you can do today if you want. Griffith is still pretty hurt, but I don't know. How many set attributes do you have?
2.
2. All right, so he's gonna live for sure. Yeah. And there's a clear pathway beyond this ambuscade. It's pretty obvious now that this force had been moving down a walking path that circles the ridge of this caldera, and had chosen this spot because of the heavy undergrowth. In the fight with all the fireballs and the charging wolves and everything, most of the undergrowth has been torn down. You can see pretty clearly where they came from now. There does seem to be something in the path ahead. It's far enough ahead that you can't tell what it is. It might be a person. It is not. It doesn't look particularly threatening at this distance. It could be a person on the ground, but it seems like it's maybe about 5 feet tall, and it's standing in the center of the path as if it knows the path. It might just be a deer or something, but from here it sort of looks like the outline of a person. That is in the same direction that you were going. None of you really know the way now. Wellinar tells you that he knows only stories that he's heard. He thinks he might be able to lead you the rest of the way, especially if you guys can heal him further. But with the loss of Jin, he feels, and the loss of his crew, he's now very concerned that the next ambush will be your last. You guys probably feel more confident because you have more of your bits still attached. So up to you guys. You could camp, you could retreat, you could go back the way you came, you could go forward and check out what's in the path.
Yeah, I want to go see the deer.
All right. So Griffith starts moving slowly down the path. It's surprisingly quiet after all these explosions. You start to hear tentatively birds begin calling in the trees again. The corpse of that wolf is smoldering, but the fire burns out. There is some dark smoke above the area where you guys had your big fight. Above the battlefield, there is smoke in the air that is going to be visible for some distance from around you. You had been hearing all sorts of stuff in the undergrowth when these zombies moved in around you. You're not hearing any of that right now. You move down the path and you become pretty sure that there is a person, not a very tall person, about half your height, Griffith, standing in the path. The person seems to be wearing only like a loincloth and does not seem to be armed. The person doesn't seem to notice you. He may be staring. His face is towards you, but there's no response to your approach.
And it's a real person. It's not like a statue or something.
As far as you can tell, it's a real person. It certainly doesn't look like he's made of stone or anything.
Okay, well, I will say hello, and I'll keep moving towards him.
Okay. You call out quite clearly. You're sure he heard you. He doesn't respond at all. You start to get a little bit of a deja vu feeling. You don't know where this is coming from or why, but there's at least a little apprehension or a little bit of what am I missing feeling going on.
All right.
The rest of you guys, are you following Griffith? Or are you I'm
just
putting
watching him
Griffith
go.
in the lead. Or are you guys just like, let's see what happens to Griffith before we go?
Exactly.
No, I'm gonna stay with Griffith.
All right.
I'm worried that Griffith will get injured severely again, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm staying nearby.
I want to be there to see that.
That's right. That's Vok.
So Vok, you'll definitely have to leave cover if you're going to follow this. There's no way to stay hidden if you're going to go with them.
Is everyone going?
Well, yeah. Wellinar is very slowly following Griffith at a distance.
All right, I'll jump off the bridge.
He's stumping along. All right. So you guys are all heading down the path toward this person who is not responding very well to Griffith's hails. Griffith, he's still probably 100 feet away from you.
Okay.
So you could definitely notice more if you got closer.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep moving closer.
All right. So you see, as you get into better visual range, you see a small anthrid, maybe not entirely full grown. He is, like I said, dressed only in a loincloth. The loincloth is some sort of buckskin. He seems to be covered in some of that same oily residue as the zombies, that's very annoying and worrisome. But he has no weapons. Both of his hands are visible at his side and sort of open, as if to show you that he has no weapons. Okay. And you can't get a good look at his face because his head is tilted down as if he's staring at the ground.
All right. Well, then I will.
Your deja vu is stronger.
Is anyone else feeling deja vu or just him?
Everybody give me a roll and tell me if anybody gets an observe success. So that's a match in your intellect, or if you have observe in your alacrity.
I ain't got
Oh,
shit. Literally matched on 0. Yikes.
All right.
I got
All of you guys.
verve and thew. Does that matter?
Not enough for this, but I'll let you keep those in your back pocket if you need
No,
a
it's
ward.
fine.
All of you guys think this is something is happening that has happened before, or something about this scene should be triggering your memories, and it's not. Again, there still doesn't seem to be any threat. You could, if you want, you could now walk close to him and examine him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
in
right
whatever
up next
level
to
of
him.
detail.
Yeah, I'll get right up next to him. I will even
right.
reach out and touch him to try to jostle his attention to me.
Okay. All right. So now here's more epic stuff that I should have prepared in advance and I didn't. Okay. So as soon as you put your hand on his shoulder, forearm, whatever, his head tilts up. His eyes are closed, but he points them at you anyway. You're pretty sure he's not seeing you.
Okay. Hi.
And he says, I am here to escort you to your death.
Oh, great. Wait, what?
And you recognize this guy. This is McPherson.
Oh. McPherson. Wasn't he from our ship? Wasn't he in...
Yes.
Wasn't he in The brig?
Yes, he was when last you saw him. A couple, 3 days ago. In game time. About 6 weeks ago in Earth time.
McPherson, what are you doing here on this island? You were supposed to be back on the ship.
He turns on his heel and slowly walks further down the path.
Hey, I'm talking
And
to
he
you.
he says, "Come with me if you want to meet your fate."
Is it death you said? Hey guys,
definitely-
we're gonna go meet death. Come on.
I found some death over here, guys.
Yeah. McPherson says he knows where it is. Let's go find it. I'm
All right.
following him.
Yep. So he is walking further down the path. You're pretty sure by, the obvious giant wolf prints that this is the way that the previous party came. The voice that he's using sounds like him. It sounds like his voice, but the diction, the vocabulary, this kind of stuff. McPherson was just a kid. He didn't talk anything like this. He didn't ever talk about meeting your doom or any of this other stuff.
At least not that we heard.
So as he walks, he begins a litany of talking to himself. He's talking about Zamotane. He's talking about the balance of the cosmos. He's mumbling under his breath somewhat. It sounds like he's reciting some sort of long series of events. So you guys can talk to him. You can try to make sense out of what he's saying. There are a lot of words in here you don't recognize. Maybe it's a different language. Maybe he's just babbling. He doesn't respond to his name. Anytime you call him McPherson, anything about McPherson, this is obviously either it's him or some very well made replica of him. But it's not acting at all like he would act. Sounds like him, looks like him, not acting like him at all.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly they've gotten to our brain or something. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to him anymore if he doesn't respond. I'll just follow him.
The noises in your head somehow, Griffith, this is just for you. The goings on within your brain somehow harmonize with what he's saying.
Oh, nice.
And it's making you very ill.
Oh.
You're feeling like you're having a lot of trouble paying attention to what he's saying, and you feel like you either want to get away from it or somehow interrupt it. It's obviously not a spell. He's not directly hurting you. He's just saying things that upset you, but you don't know why, and you're pretty sure that there is some connection between what's going on, echoing around in your brain, and what he's saying, but you don't understand what that is right now. Ellison, Bach, any questions, interactions with McPherson?
No.
I think I'm just confused following.
Okay, so he's walking at a steady pace, and you guys can finish out the afternoon walking behind him. I'm going to just narrate that, but you can interrupt me if you want to say anything or take any other actions. The jungle around you was recovering slightly from, the jungle noises were recovering slightly from the giant firebombs that Vok was setting off, etc. That continues to recover as you move away from the battle site. It doesn't recover all the way, though. It seems like McPherson's constant monologue, his constant stream of verbiage, is sort of hypnotizing all the animals and even the plants around you. That the normal noises are more subdued than you would expect. He's going on and on, and let's see. Does anybody? Let's do this. Everybody, give me a roll, and let's go through the matches that you get, any match you want, and this will be an information roll, and we'll just go ahead and spend every one of these, but I will tell you something about every match that you get, that comes out of McPherson's mouth. while
Okay,
you
I'll,
do this
I'll start.
march.
I have 0 matches.
Okay. So to you, this makes no sense. You definitely hear the word Zamotane a lot. You're pretty sure you hear the word Larnelli at least once or twice, and maybe Karagos. But that's about all you can put together. You're really only identifying proper nouns. You hear some words in there that sound like incantation, magic words, but they're as if they were plucked out of a random series of spells. They are not put together in any magically potent way. None of this really is anything that McPherson should know. This is all outside of his knowledge base. All right. Anybody else got a match?
I got my luck,
Oh, wow.
and I also got
Okay.
a Thu.
A Thu. What's your Thu match?
Saturn.
Saturn. Okay. All right. So Saturn, of course, is Kronos, Titan of Time, all of that. You become aware in this diatribe of McPherson's that he is peppered in here are words of prophecy, and that Zamotane, you get the idea that Zamotane must rise, and you get the idea that the time is coming when Zamotane must rise. Again, you have no idea why McPherson would be saying that.
Well,
what's
yeah, I was
your luck?
wondering if I guess this would have been an intellect success, but I have the luck, so I'm not sure if you'll allow me to do this, but I have some experience with occult information
Yeah.
and sort of taboo stuff, so I was just wondering if I recognize anything like that.
Okay, so I will let you ask me 2 questions. How about this for your luck? And do you want the first one to just be, do I recognize anything occult, or do you want to
Sure.
be more specific? Okay, so his verbiage is full of names of gods that nobody has any business knowing anything about. You're a little bit surprised that anyone would know some of these names, especially some whippersnapper cabin boy. It makes no sense. How would he have any knowledge of this? The prophecy that he's talking about, you don't know. You don't know any prophecy that fits that. In fact, it seems like something you've never heard of, but you are becoming convinced that it has something implicitly to do with the island and with Zamotane himself. You don't know enough about Zamotane. You do know that he's a god of loam, of death and growth, of recycling of nature, but you don't know enough else about him to get particular details. This idea that he would be rising, it seems like he's fairly risen already. Like what is why would anyone be talking about rising? But that's all you get for that question. Now ask me another question.
What could have potentially caused Wolnar to act like this?
You mean
McPherson.
McPherson?
McPherson, sorry, I got them all mixed up.
Yeah, that's right. So that's a very good question. Are you going to examine him as part of this? Are you going to get close enough to him to like?
Sure, I'll get a bit closer. I'm not gonna start, scrutinizing him with the magnifying glass, but.
Right. Okay. All right. It seems to you that whatever technique has been used to create these zombies has been used on McPherson. You're pretty sure that it's not a replica. You're pretty sure this is the body of the boy that was in the brig, and that something has been done to alter his nature. This is not a kind of zombie that you've seen before, but still you feel like he's more undead than alive.
All right, I'll share that with
there
you.
is a yeah, and there is a difference in the mind. You have no inkling of any of McPherson's personality going on in there, but you have not seen any of these zombies before really speak at all. And this one won't shut up. This one is constantly talking. So there is some difference in the preparation of this one than the others that have to do with its vocal abilities.
Okay.
I have 3 matches.
Okay.
I have Venus for Verve.
Okay.
I have Pluto for Thu. I actually have 4 matches, but one is set, so it doesn't work.
Okay.
And then I have Soul for Luck.
Oh wow. Okay.
So Venus, Pluto, and Soul.
Let's start with Venus. Yeah, her symbol is a mirror. And in fact, that silver mirror looks a lot like this Venus symbol, except it's not hollow. The middle of it is actually the polished part of the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So you realize, Griffith,
Mm-hmm.
that as part of this Venus, I'm going to tell you a bit about McPherson, but as part of this Venus match, you realize that the spell that the Mormolika used was Mirror Walk.
Okay.
And that's why that seems to be just a normal mirror, because that's all you need for that spell. So as you walk, as magic words are bouncing around inside your head, this becomes clear to you that was the spell. And that is, some of those words in that spell are actually being said by McPherson.
Ooh, okay.
You also see that all of McPherson's characteristics, both his jocularity and his fears and humbleness, those are all gone. Whatever this is, it's almost like an automaton made out of McPherson.
Okay.
And all the words coming out of him are not, they're not associated with anything you would expect. He's making no eye contact. He's making no other effort with you. But at one point, in the middle of a change in direction, as you're moving through an uneven part of the path, you see his eyes open briefly, and you see that they are the same jet black as the eyes of the zombies that you've already met here on the Zamotane Island.
Okay.
Okay. So that's your Venus match, and the next one was Pluto?
That's right. Through Pluto.
All right. It's unquestionable to you that, yes, Vok is absolutely right. This is some sort of undeath. This is some sort of zombification you've not seen before. Whoever does this is very good at this, because it would take effort to make a zombie that isn't, just a pile of rotting flesh. This is a well-preserved corpse that's walking around and talking. You get the idea also that what he is saying to you, especially the words that are chiming with what's going on in your head, he's attempting to create a response. You're not sure what that is, but you're pretty sure that he's having influence on you. And this is not some weird magical influence. This is sort of like the influence someone would have after a long rational discussion with you, except there's nothing rational about this. You don't understand why this guy is making sense to you. He shouldn't be, but what he's doing, the actions he's taking, they somehow seem sensible to you. Okay, and you got Soul?
Yeah.
Okay. You think that at least part of this, you don't fully understand. Actually, you barely understand at all who Zamotane is. You think Vok probably has a somewhat better idea of who Zamotane is and what he represents. But you think that something that has to do with Zamotane is part of the process that has made this zombie. And I don't just mean that like somebody worships Zamotane and then that guy makes zombies. It seems like there is some form of divine or otherworldly essence, some numinousness directly linked to Zamotane that is part of perhaps the bitumen-like coating, perhaps the jet black eyes, something to do directly with the physicality of McPherson. And you become convinced that this is what it allows a dead creature to walk. This is an invigorating force that allows McPherson to move around and is surely part of the other zombies that you saw. And this is maybe why it's a little bit different from what you would normally think of as necromancy. These aren't just dead bodies that are put to work at something else. These are sort of a weird and unsettling form of resurrection, involuntary resurrection into this form. All right. Any other matches or any other questions?
That was it. I mean, I have a massive question.
Okay.
No one can answer
You can ask it. I just might not answer it.
No one can answer it.
Okay, fair enough.
Like,
All right, I'll let you.
I mean, how the hell did this? I mean, two things. How did he get here, and why is he dead? Those are really two questions. No one can answer that.
Right.
So.
Nope. But you do know it's been days since you saw him.
Oh, he starved.
You left him in the brig.
He starved to death.
Well, we joked around about it, and I was interpreting that as you were going to leave him with a sack of oats or something. You weren't purposefully leaving him there to starve. If you purposefully left him there to starve, then yep, that's the answer.
Oh, no, we didn't. We gave him.
Yeah, I don't think you did. I think you left him with enough to last at least a few days. So there's no reason he should be dead, and there's certainly no reason. I mean, it's unlikely he could have gotten out of that brig. There also, I will answer this, there's no wounds on him. You don't see if he was killed, how he was killed. Mm-hmm. He looks just like himself, preserved in bitumen.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys walk until the sun sets, and McPherson, as soon as the last rays of the sun are visible, McPherson just stops. He stops mid-step, and he's just standing there. And his monotone, his monologue that's been going on for this whole walk, that you guys have all been sort of hypnotized into listening to, stops too. He becomes perfectly silent, and he stops in the middle of the path. Now that the sun is set. Anybody want to do anything?
I mean, I think what are we going to camp next to this statue?
It would make sense to camp, but you can do whatever you want.
Well, we can't. We don't know where we're going without him, right?
Yeah, Wellinar has said that he might be able to guess the way, but he doesn't seem super confident. He also doesn't seem
he needs
super
to sleep anyway.
healthy.
Yeah, he needs to rest.
Okay. So you guys want to pitch a camp?
Sure.
Are you going to camp right there on the path with
with
McPherson, or you're going to camp some distance away?
I mean, I don't know if the terrain is such that we could move off the path a little bit but still see him. Great. Otherwise, I want to sleep right next to him.
Okay. You can be off the path, maybe about 100 feet, and still keep him in sight.
All right.
Okay. I am going to do a random encounter roll. Okay.
It's just gonna be fun.
Are you guys gonna? Are you guys gonna set a watch or anything, or are you just gonna?
I think we should probably
Sack
set a
out.
watch.
Okay. Who takes first watch?
I'll take first watch. Why
All
not?
right. So the night is cooler than you would anticipate for such a tropical environment. The hesitating birds in the trees most of them would normally go quiet, and so of course they do, but it seems even more hushed than usual. There are night birds, owls, nightjars, that sort of thing that you would expect to hear, and you don't hear very much of that at all. There are lots of insect noises that you would expect to hear, and while you do hear that, you don't hear nearly as much of that either. McPherson doesn't move at all. He stands there with one heel in front of him, on the ball of one foot and on the heel of another foot, as if he stopped in mid-walking. It's like he's been turned off. He doesn't fall over. He doesn't make any other noise. There are fireflies by which you can see somewhat, that are slowly rising out of the trees. You've seen these before, but there are a bit more of them than you would be used to. The night is very calm, very quiet, and it's really up to you to decide if it's too quiet. Everybody is sleeping well behind you. And let's see. Okay. Griffith, you regain all your elan while you sleep. And if you continue to sleep through the night, you'll be able to unset one more attribute.
Yeah, I gotta take a watch.
Anybody else wounded?
No, it's just
Okay.
me.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you might want to let Griffith sleep through the night. There's nothing else that
I had
happens when you
2
watch
along
Elsa
missing,
unless you want to
actually.
do. Okay. All right. You gain those back, Bach.
Okay.
Griffith, nothing else happens during your watch unless you want to make something happen.
Ellison, you mean.
I'm sorry, Ellison. Who may be muted? Anything,
Sorry.
Ellison?
Sorry, no, I'm not. Nope, not doing anything.
Okay. I guess it would be logical for Vok to take the second watch,
Okay.
but it's up to you guys. Griffith is the only one who needs to stay asleep now. Okay. Asking other dad. Huh. All right. I'm trying to interpret these rolls I just made. Okay, so this is interesting. All right. So Vok, again, you have the same sort of spooky quiet. Those fireflies are very, very beautiful, and they're giving you a little more illumination than you would normally think. It actually feels, having regained your elan from your rest, you're feeling pretty proud of yourself as a spellcaster, that sort of thing. Do you have any like dark vision sort of abilities or anything like that? This would be one of your knacks. Anything that would help you see in the dark?
Hold on.
I mean, I'm a visionary, but that's more of like a. No, I don't have any
Okay.
dark vision.
Okay, so you can see McPherson still standing in his very weird, in the middle of a step pose all night. You can see Griffith calmly sleeping. Griffith, raise one of your set attributes. It took me a second. That's Curly.
Right.
All right. So I have to decide. I don't have the. I don't think I have the list of stuff I need to cause you proper grief. Let's see. Let's see if I've got it here. All right. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, Vok, give me a roll and tell me if you get any matches.
Intellect.
Intellect. Okay.
That's it. Just intellect.
After a long calm, you're beginning to expect some light in the eastern sky, but you've not seen it yet. You hear something moving in the bush. It's down there near McPherson. You're not sure what it is, but it's not calm like everything else that you've been hearing.
1 second. Okay. Read mind is not target. I want to try and read mind in that general direction.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Give us a roll.
I read mine in your general direction.
Something smells of elderberry.
Come on, dude. I got through an alacrity, but I didn't get intellect or verve.
Okay. All right. Well, do you want to spend an Elan? You're pretty sure there is something
Yeah,
down
I'll
there
spend
worth
an
spending
Elan. I'll spend
Alana.
an Elan.
Okay. All right. You get the sense of something hungry.
Hungry? Okay.
And
It's me.
something expectantly gnashing teeth. It is not a creature who's putting a lot of thought into his actions.
Yeah, I
but
just wanted to get a vibe, vibe check.
yeah, well, and you also get a picture. You get a picture of McPherson as seen through undergrowth from the opposite viewpoint of where you guys are.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't really care if the zombie dies that much, so I'm gonna try and
No shit.
quietly rouse the people, the sleepies.
Okay. You guys, why don't you guys all do a roll that are waking up? How about everybody does a roll, and then we'll use this for your next round of actions. And if anybody gets a bail, they're not woken up. They're just snoozing. All right. So if nobody got a bail, we'll just move on. Everybody wakes up slowly, wipes a little bit of sleep out of their eyes, and you can now see, you can hear a little bit of movement in it's like rhododendrons that are down there near McPherson.
What's going on, Vok?
There's some kind of hunting animal in the shrubbery over there. I sensed it with my mystical abilities.
Oh, let me go look.
It is eyeing up McPherson.
Bach, do you also wake up Welinar?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I figure I got the Thu alacrity, so I can at least do a little bit of speedy and quiet waking of everyone.
Yeah. You're not gonna have any trouble waking folks up. The only way they don't is if they roll a bail. And so Welinar wakes up, and he seems much recovered from that rest. He's still, obviously badly wounded and shaken, but he seems much better, not on the edge of death. He draws up his spear along with the rest of you guys and is crouching and listening to what you guys are doing. So Griffith, it sounded like you were about to do something, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see what the creature is. I'm gonna try to. I wonder if I can circumnavigate it, like try to get behind it.
Right. You want to sort of stealthily get around it, or are you just going to try to charge? All right. So if you've got an alacrity, or if you've got lurk and a verve success, then you're pretty sure you can quietly move around.
I do not have lurk, but I do have a verve success.
Okay. Okay.
Just go, I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm not here.
Okay, so you feel like you can get around this guy. You're moving. It's noisier than you would like, though. I'll let you make a decision whether you want to push forward and risk being heard, or do something else with your remaining matches.
I don't have any other matches, so I'm gonna
Okay,
push
all right.
forward and risk being heard.
Okay, you make it. So to get, are you trying to get behind McPherson or to get behind the creature?
I was trying to get behind the creature.
So you make it. You feel pretty good about your, your lurking. It could be better, but you're a giant skunk. You can't be totally silent. To get all the way behind the creature, you have to cross the path. As soon as you move out of the path, you hear a loud and a creature not much bigger than an anthrid comes jumping out of the undergrowth, grabs McPherson in a body hug, like a full tackle, and then goes leaping off down the opposite side of the path with him. Some creature that you didn't get a very good look at. It actually looked a lot like an anthrid, but paler and naked. Had jumped out of the woods, grabbed McPherson, and started running off with him like a papoose. McPherson doesn't respond to that at all.
A dingo ate
He
my
doesn't make a
baby.
noise. Yes, exactly. All right, we're getting close to the end of time.
What?
I mean, that's a pretty
McPherson-
good cliffhanger.
Yeah, McPherson's been kidnapped. We don't know by what. Anything you guys
By
want to
Smeagol,
do, or
obviously.
should we hang it right here?
I'm not gonna do anything. I don't give a shit about the zombie.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
What
was
did-
thinking.
Well, I'm
What did
thinking
Vox
that
say?
if the main big bad on this island is Zamutane, and he is either with or against Zamutane, and if this thing is against him but not against us, it makes me more interested in saving McPherson. Does that make any sense?
No.
It does to me. Although I also kind of want to kill you guys.
But also, like, I was totally prepared to just like completely leave McPherson and just ignore this part of the quest.
Yeah, I mean, my feeling on this is Mark's feeling on this, is that if Zamutane and whoever's in cahoots with Zamutane making McPherson into this zombie to be our guide is shitty enough to let him be taken by some dingo, then I think we let him be taken by a dingo and we continue.
Yeah, and it's not like we really liked him. He was kind of an asshole.
No, we for some reason kept him alive.
Because we felt
I'm
bad.
not really sure
Because
why.
we murdered all his friends and we felt bad.
I know, but they tried to leave us.
Right. Yeah, they tried to leave without permission, so you
That's
murdered
right.
them, which
No,
is
no.
the only proper response.
That's
They
right.
tried to leave us stranded on a floating corpse. That's a little bit different.
Right. That's right. And it's called mutiny, and you shouldn't be allowed to live if you mutinize.
Exactly.
Right.
Mutineers
Yeah, the penalty
deserve
for
to
mutiny
die,
is death.
every last one of them.
Especially multiple mutineers.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I would say precisely three mutineers.
Right.
That
You get 3
requires death.
mutinies per lifetime.
If you exceed 3 mutinies, you're going to hell.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
I would be happy to chase him just to kill something more. I mean, I don't. He's a zombie, so it's not like the thing's gonna kill him. He's already dead. So we could go rescue him.
All right. I think this is a good cliffhanger because you guys can think about, do you want to rescue him or not. This thing that grabbed him was,
Smeagol.